All right. Welcome back, everybody, to another live reaction here at I Am Not a Coach. I am your host, Dave Huerta. Thank you so much for joining us here. We got ourselves a game, ladies and gentlemen. We got ourselves a game. Jets, Bills at the Meadowlands. We were just here yesterday watching the Giants just struggle throughout the entire game to get any kind of points. I'm hoping for a better one tonight, but who knows? The Bills are coming off two consecutive losses. Josh Allen looking like he is unable to get his magic going. The Bills can't run the ball. Their receivers are struggling to find separation, but something tells me something's got to give here because otherwise, on the other side, we have the Jets who have been, to call it inconsistent would be very nice to them. They've looked good for one game out of the five. One of those wins was against the Patriots. That was their best one. Otherwise, they have looked like a team that is unable to gel, and they look dysfunctional. And I'm not the only one that thinks that. You know who else thinks that? The owner of the Jets, because he fired Robert Saleh earlier this week. The head coach of the Jets no longer there. And on top of that, Nathanial Hackett, the offensive coordinator, a guy who was brought in specifically for Aaron Rodgers, a guy who was fired within one season of the Broncos when he was hired as the head coach there. He was fired. After that, he came to the Jets. Spent all of last season hoping to be able to coach up Rodgers again. Rodgers, of course, Achilles injury week 1. They're stuck with Zach Wilson. Everybody was like, well, this offense doesn't look great, but when Rodgers gets here, once he gets healthy next season, it'll be there. 5 games in, they have demoted Nathanial Hackett. And that is who else is left? Robert Saleh, gone. The GM is still there, but we'll see how long that lasts. The offensive coordinator has been demoted, basically fired, but obviously they do not want to get rid of him yet because Rodgers wants to keep him in the building. The defensive coordinator who has been able to help this defense become one of the best in the NFL, some say it's Robert Saleh, some say it might be Ulbrich. Either way, he is now the interim head coach. We will see how they respond. But let's be honest, the last man standing of this whole thing is Aaron Rodgers. We are going to see what he can do. Zach Wilson is no longer here. They can't blame it on him. Robert Saleh is gone. They can't blame it on him. Now Nathaniel Hackett is no longer calling plays. They cannot blame it on him. Who else are they going to blame? Who else can they go for? It is going to be number 8 here. Everything is going to fall on him. And I'm not saying this because I dislike Aaron Rodgers. I watched this guy for 15 years. I rooted for him the entire time because he's a great quarterback. But at the same time, I am also very aware that he likes the attention. He likes the pressure. He likes doubters. I'm doubting him. And I want to see how he responds. They're going to start at the 30 here. Rodgers in the pistol, single back in the backfield, tight end in motion to the right. First play, handoff to the right. Running back cuts up field, gains about 3 yards on the play. And we got it going, baby. We got it going. Bryce Hall, Garrett Wilson, Allen Lazard, Mike Williams, Tyler Conklin is your starting lineup for the playmakers there. Then we have Tyron Smith, John Simpson, Joe Tipman, Algier Vera Tucker, and Morgan Moses starting offensive line for the Jets. All right. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 7 here. Tight end in motion on the left side here. Ball quickly to Allen Lazard for a first down, gain of about 9 or 10. Rodgers has always talked about the extra 1% that he needs. Whether that's doubt, whether that's somebody trashing him, trashing his team. There's plenty of that going on right now. So let's see how the future Hall of Famer responds. 1st and 10, ball at the 43. Rodgers in the shotgun, fakes the handoff, throws right down the middle, and the Jets are going to be all the way to the 31, and they are getting a first down. They are looking good right now. This Bills defense has not been great, just to let you know. Has not been great most of the season. This is not the same Bills defense that we've seen over the last, 3 or 4 years. They've lost a lot of people. I think we talked about this in some previous streams. A lot of injuries. A lot of guys left. Micah Hyde, Poyer, a lot of guys gone. Von Miller is no longer here as well. It's going to be a run up the middle here, and there's another first down. That is Bryce Hall going for about 11 yards right up the gut. And if I do sound strange, I have been sick all day. But we did what we could. Got some juice, got some tea, took some NyQuil, DayQuil. So if I start getting loopy towards the end of this game, that might be the reason. But bear with me. All right? We are streaming no matter what. Even if I was even if I was missing an arm, we're still doing it. I can hold a mic with the other hand. I'll be fine. It's going to be a run up to the right, and it's going to be a gain of about 3 down to the 20. It's football, baby. It's Monday night. We're not going to miss this game. No, but it's going to be something has to give. One of these teams is going to get out of a funk. It's either the Jets or the Bills. 2nd and 8. Rodgers in the shotgun. Receiver throws it to the flat here. And it's going to be a gain of about 4 or 5 on the play. That is Garrett Wilson there. I do like the Jets' uniforms right now. That mostly white with just a little bit of green trim. Pretty solid. Pretty solid. All right, empty set for Rodgers and the Jets here. 3 receivers to his left. Rodgers dropping back, throwing quickly, and his receiver is unable to hold on to it there. That was actually Bryce Hall, who was looks like he was in the slot to the right. That was on 3rd down and unable to haul it in. Trying to one-hand it there for some reason. I mean, the ball was a little further out, but not by that much. So that'll be a 4th down for the Jets here, and they're going to settle for a 34-yard attempt on the field goal. And the kick is up, and it is good. And the Jets are the first on the board here. Rodgers, angry on the sidelines, slapping the bench. All right, 11:06 on the clock here. We are going to see the Bills coming up here in a couple minutes here. But that's what the Jets needed right there. Obviously, it would have been better if they finished it off here. But they were looking aggressive. They were looking good on that those first 5 or 6 plays there. Came out with a little bit of fire. You could feel the tempo. You could feel that everybody was just clicking. There was no, Rodgers wasn't really holding onto the ball. He wasn't trying to look for anything. He was just, boom, snap, plant his feet, deliver the ball, get the ball out quickly. Lazard, Garrett Wilson, I guarantee you, these guys, they're focused. They heard the criticism. They know everything, what is being said about them. This is New York. You can get away with that in Green Bay and some other places that are, maybe not as, there's not as many voices, not as many cameras, not as many news outlets. But when you're in New York, man, if you're going out and these guys are young, they're going out to clubs, they're going out to eat, things like that. I guarantee you, somebody or someone, some organization, they've read it, they've heard it, they've seen it, and with that, you're either going to be coming into this game ultra focused, prepared, ready to go, going to hit your tees, going to be right on the dot, or your focus is going to be gone. You're going to be thinking about it too much. You're going to be in your head, and you're going to be making mistakes. So it's going to be very, very fun and very interesting how these guys respond throughout this game, especially when it starts to get, not as easy. If the Bills come to play today, if Josh Allen and that offense can basically play to what their potential could be, that's going to put more pressure on the Jets and see what's going to happen. And the Bills are unfortunately missing, I believe, James Cooks, who is basically their number one running back. He's been leading the team in rushing. I think he actually had their best rushing total last week with just 82 yards, which is telling how badly they've been unable to move the ball on the ground. All right, we're just waiting for the kickoff here. It should be momentarily. Showing Josh Allen. He's got his helmet on. He's ready to go. Seems very cold at the Meadowlands here. Kick is away, and it is going to go out the back of the end zone. Bills will start at the 30. And if you're just tuning in, please leave a like. Make sure you subscribe. Click that bell so you know when I'm going live. I am very sick right now. But I'm here. I'm rocking. And we're going to be doing this all season. Once again, sickness and health, nothing, baby. Nothing's going to stop me. We're going to be doing it. All right, 11:06 on the clock here. Single back in the backfield. Single receiver to the right. Sorry, to the left. And they're going to hand it off to the running back here, who's going to get to the edge, and he is going to be out of bounds, but not after getting the first down. Gain of 11 on the play. The run to the right. Very good. And if you want to sync up, the clock is at 10:39, 10:38, 10:37, 10:36, 10:35, 10:34. Tight end in motion to the left. And Josh hits him right on the button here. Breaks a tackle, keeps on going, and then bowls over a defensive DB there. And, there's some shoving on the sidelines here. Let's go. Both these teams, man. Bills, 2 straight losses. Jets in disarray. These teams, these emotions are going to be high for both of these teams. They want to prove something tonight. It's Monday night, final game of week 6. I expect a lot of trash talking, a lot of jawing. It's more. It's going to be a handoff up the middle here. Gets away from a tackler, and he's going to be out across the 45 of the Jets. They are in New York territory here. Oh, once again, a little scuffle. Another little scuffle here. These referees better watch out because tonight is just, it's cold. These players are going to want to make some contact, man. Just get the blood flowing. All right. 2nd and 7. Single back in the backfield. It's going to be another handoff right up the middle, and the Bills breaks the tackle. He keeps on going. He is down at about the 26, and that is a first down for the Bills. I believe that is Ray Davis with the run. Nice job just following the blockers here. Everybody was pulling to the left there, and he just went right behind the right guard and the right tackle. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 27. 3 receivers to the right. Receiver in motion, doing a nice little orbit motion there. Another handoff up the middle for Ray Davis, and he's going to be close to the 20. Gain of about 6 or 7 on the play. We got Ty Johnson, Khalil Shakir, Keon Coleman, Dalton Kincaid, and Dawson Knox. And then we have Deion Dawkins, David Edwards, Connor McGovern, Osiris Terrence, and Spencer Brown as the offensive line for the Bills. All right, clock is approaching 8 minutes left in this first quarter. 2nd and 3, ball at the 21. Single back in the backfield, single receiver to the left. Another run by Ray Davis. He's going to get a first down, and he's going to be down around the 16. Nice little run to the left there, just outside the tackle. Bills are 60% in the red zone. Top 10 team. So when they get in there, man, they usually come away with some major points. All right, single back in the backfield. Another handoff to the left. Ray Davis breaking the tackle, and he is going to be very close to the end zone. Basically, he was not even touched until he got inside the 5. And it looks like he's going to be down around the 1. Just a great job, man. Just in between the left tackle and the left guard. 1st and goal. It's going to be a QB sneak, and they are going to push Josh Allen all the way. And they're saying no touchdown, and there's a flag on the field as well. Clock stopped at 6:49. And it is an illegal formation here. Let me turn this down before I get copyrighted. So that'll move the Bills back here. First time in this drive that they have gone backwards. All right. 1st and goal, ball at the 6 here. Jets are basically mugging the line of scrimmage here. It's going to be a handoff to the left, and Ray Davis is going to get back to the line that they were originally at, and that is the 1. Another run to the left there. Some hard running by Ray Davis on this drive, man. He has been just slicing through this Jets defensive line. And another scramble here, quarterback sneak, and that is a touchdown for the Bills here with 6:12 in the first quarter. Heck of a way for the Bills to respond here, man. Just driving right down the field. Oh, there you go. We got a little bit of a fight here. There we go. Some jawing. Oh yeah, man. Told you, man. It's not gonna be an easy night for the referees, man. They're gonna have to get in between these guys. Both these teams have something to prove coming into the night. All right, extra point is set and up, and it is good. And the Bills take a 4-point lead early in the first quarter. Yeah, both of these teams are going to be not just looking for a win, they want to be able to dominate. Yeah, so both of these teams have not been able to run the ball well. And the Bills were able to just basically just run down the field here, just slicing through. Obviously, we're going to see how the Jets adjust. But right now, both of these teams have struggled to run the ball, so they're going to have to rely either heavily on their quarterbacks. We'll see who, and both of those quarterbacks were not playing well last week. Josh Allen has gone, I believe, 2 consecutive weeks without going over 200 yards. He hasn't thrown a lot of picks, but he has not been as efficient. Obviously, last week I think he was 9 of 30, which was by far one of his worst completion percentages of his NFL career. And Josh Allen, to start his career, he was not very good. There was talks of him potentially being a bust after about a year and a half. So last week, not very good for Josh Allen. Obviously, last week, not very good for Aaron Rodgers. 3 picks, including a pick 6. Just a terrible, terrible game. Both of these quarterbacks have not been great, I would say, the last 2 weeks. So one of them, once again, is going to have to throw a little bit more on their shoulders. They're going to have to make some big throws. Otherwise, we're going to have to see one of these offenses finally be able to consistently get yardage on the ground. And Delhi, first drive for the Jets, they were driving down, looked like they were looking really good, but then they stalled out, settled for a field goal, and then the Bills got the ball and just ran the ball basically right down the field and were able to quarterback sneak it for a touchdown. So that's where we're at right now, 7-3. Yeah, the Bills drive 8 rushes, just 1 pass, 6 first downs. And it was just they were just slicing right through that Jets defense. And we are at 6-12 in the first quarter here. And the kick is away, and it'll be out the back of the end zone. The Jets will start at the 30. So we have Todd Downing play calling here now that Nathanial Hackett was demoted. So a lot of change with the New York Jets. Robert Saleh gone. Nathanial Hackett demoted. Rodgers started out 3 of 4 on that first drive. Tight end in motion to the left. Rodgers in the shotgun. Hands it off up the middle. Jets gain about 3 yards on the play with Bryce Hall. All right. 2nd and 7 here. Garrett Wilson running across to the right. They're going to throw it to Bryce Hall, who is in the open field here, and he's going to be out across the 50 down to about the 44 in Bills territory. Huge play for the Jets there. Quick throw, basically a little bubble screen for the wide receiver in motion. Sorry, for the running back in motion, and then just able to weave his way through the blockers to get some major yardage there. And it's going to be a fakes the handoff. Rodgers trying to find somebody to throw it to. He does. Finds the tight end, who is going to be able to get about 7 or 8 yards on the little screen there. Yeah, I mean, granted, I think it's a little too early to say how the effect of not having Robert Saleh. He was never offensive. he didn't do anything with the offense at that point. It's mostly Hackett and Rodgers. Saleh was always more of a defensive guy, so I think it's going to be more. I think what we're going to see is more how the team responds. I think that's what one thing to look for. So 2nd and 2, there's going to be a hand. It's going to be a toss to Braylon Allen, the former Wisconsin Badger, to the left, and it's going to be a first down for the Jets here after a gain of about 5 or 6 on the play. Yeah, Braylon Allen, born in Fond du Lac here in Wisconsin. The dude doesn't turn 21 until January of next year. So one of the youngest, I think he's actually the youngest player in the NFL right now, and Rodgers is actually the oldest player in the NFL. So 1st and 10, ball at the 30-1 here. Rodgers fakes the handoff, scrambling to his right, trying to find somebody, and he cannot connect. I believe that was Mike Williams he was trying to connect with. Williams running a deep crosser from the left to the right of the field, and it looked like Rasul Douglas, a former Packer and former teammate of Aaron Rodgers, was in on the coverage there. We got 3:27 left in the first quarter. Bryce Hall coming into the backfield on Rodgers' right. He's in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right. It's going to be a handoff to Bryce Hall. Breaks the tackle down to the 15-10, and he's going to be out across the 7 or 8 yard line there. Big run for the Jets. They are looking good on this drive. Relying heavily on the running game that is working, using a lot of misdirection, screens. Yeah, both of these teams that have not been able to run the ball well almost all season, so far they are looking good on the ground. All right, ball is at the 7 yard line. 1st and goal for the Jets. Rodgers in the shotgun. It's going to be a handoff up the middle to Braylon Allen, who's going to be down around the 6 or 5 yard line. Clock is at 2:19, 2:18, 2:17, 2:16, 2:15, 2:14 if you want to sync it up. Rodgers under center here. Tight end in motion to the left. Fakes the handoff. Looking. He is going to be unable to connect with Allen Lazard in the end zone. Lazard looking for a flag, not getting one. That'll be 3rd and goal for the Jets here. Rodgers trying to connect with his old, reliable former Packer teammate here. And that pass was actually tipped at the line. Might have been a big reason why Lazard was not able to adjust to it in time. Rodgers in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right. 2 receivers very close to the line on the left. Rodgers looking. He's going to scramble and finds somebody in the back of the end zone. That is Garrett Wilson. And they are saying he did not get both feet in bounds. This is going to be very close. I'm actually kind of curious. It looked very close, so we'll see. And he got 1, 2. No, that's a touchdown right there. That is absolutely a touchdown. Heck of a job. That was a good throw by Rodgers, but that was a great catch by Garrett Wilson. Holy cow. Dragging those feet. Yeah, and I think he even has a knee down. He's got both toes down, and I think he got a knee in there as well. So, yep, there you go. They're adjusting the call, and that is a touchdown for the New York Jets here. I don't know. I don't know what the referee was looking at. Maybe he was looking at the just at the knees. Maybe I don't know. Because initially, when Will Garrett is catching it, he has one foot on. He has a toe down, but then both of his feet leave the ground. But then just before he falls, he was able to get both toes. So I don't know. Maybe he didn't see. I don't know. I don't know what he was looking at. That looked like a touchdown all the way. And the extra point is good and barely good. That thing was sailing left here. All right. So the Jets able to come away with points on both of their opening drives here. And there's still 2 minutes and a second left in the first quarter. Yeah, that was just a great catch, man. Heck of a job by Wilson. Very good body control, keeping his toes down while basically trying to keep his his body up as well, man. Got to work on the core, back, everything, man. That was tough. And just to put it into perspective, he basically scored that touchdown as if he was doing uh like the Michael Jackson Thriller dance, just on the toes, just on the toes. Was it Thriller? It might have been Billie Jean. I don't know. One of those songs, one of those two songs where he's doing the toe thing. He's doing. You've seen Michael Jackson. You know what I'm talking about. All right, guys. I will be right back here. All right, we are back, and we have a Jets defensive player. Looks like Chuck Clark. He is heading back into the locker room to get checked out. And the kick is away, and it's going to be out the back of the. Oh, actually, no, it's going to be caught in the end zone, but downed. So the Bills will start with the ball at the 30 here. Yeah, the Bills' offensive line just dominated on that first initial drive, man. It was just so easy for Ray Davis to just get in the open field. It took a long time for any Jets player to get him down. He wasn't really touched until about 5 or 6 yards in. So 1st and 10, Josh Allen in the shotgun here, scrambling to his right, trying to find somebody, and it's going to go nowhere, incomplete. 2nd down. Oh, absolutely. No, that was that replay. It was a good throw by Rodgers, man. He just knows how to just be able to thread those in. He's been doing it for almost 17, 18 years now at this point. So 2nd and 10, Allen in the shotgun here. Going to hand it off to Davis to the right side, and he is going to be tripped up after a gain of about 5 on the play. All right, 3rd and 6 here. Jets have 6 guys on the line here, showing pressure. A lot of man tight coverage across the field here. And they find, Josh Allen finds, looks like Curtis Samuel there for a gain of only about 2, maybe 3. And it'll be 4th and 2. Very tight coverage there. And the Bills will punt it away here. Xavier Gibson into return. He's one of the most dynamic returners in the NFL right now. And the punt is going to go out the back of the end zone. The Jets will get the ball at the 20 here with 25 seconds left in this first quarter. Bills, unfortunately, not able to do anything and not able to respond to the Jets' touchdown. Only taking about a minute, less than a minute, about a minute and a half off the clock there on that drive. Quick 3 and out. All right, Rodgers under center, 6 of 9, 72 yards and a touchdown thus far. Tight end in motion to the left, single back in the backfield. He's going to fake the handoff. There's a flag. Rodgers going deep down the field here, and it's going to be incomplete, but there's another flag, and they're going to call pass interference on the Bills. But what is the initial flag for? And they called that penalty on the former Green Bay Packer Rasul Douglas, who was traded away to the Bills last year for a 3rd-round pick. And the first penalty is actually going to be on the Jets, so those are offsetting penalties, and then it's going to just redo the down. Could have been a huge play for the Jets. A pass interference that deep down the field that would have put them already in field goal position. Yeah, the penalty happened at around the 30. I don't know. I don't think that was... I mean, Rasul... I mean, that was pretty spot on. I'm not going to lie. It's definitely a little early, though. But just not that early. All right. 16 seconds left in the first quarter. Tight end in motion to the right. Rodgers in the pistol, single back in the backfield. Another tight end motioning out. They're going to toss it to Bryce Hall to the right. He's going to try to cut up field, and it's going to absolutely go nowhere. No gain on the play, and this will be the end of the first quarter here at the Meadowlands. The Jets up on top, 10-7. I mean, this is a great QB matchup. This is something that we've been wanting to see for a long time. This matchup between Josh Allen and Aaron Rodgers is kind of up there with Aaron Rodgers and Mahomes, kind of things like that. Obviously, two guys that are in very different parts of their career. Josh Allen is just hitting his getting into his possibly his best football, matching his physical abilities, running the ball, being able just to toss the ball 70 yards down the field, and then finally being able to match that with seeing a lot of things. He's been in the league for a long time at this point. Probably a lot of defenses that he is not seen. That he is. There's not many defenses that he has not seen, but at this point, and with Rodgers, kind of towards the end, probably the last to second to last season in the NFL, but he still has that arm talent, man. Still has the arm talent, can still extend the plays, and is one of the most cerebral quarterbacks in the NFL. You know, after Brady and Peyton Manning left, I think Rodgers is basically, he kind of replaced those guys in terms of how teams are sometimes unable to scheme or kind of hide what they're doing. Rodgers has seen it almost all at this point in his career. All right, we are back here in the second quarter. Jets have the ball at the roughly the 20-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 10. All right. We got two receivers to the right here. Empty set. Tight end motioning in on the line here. Rodgers quick throw to Lazard, who is going to be able to extend that ball out to the 25. Gain of about 5.5 on the play. All right. Two receivers to the left here. Rodgers in the shotgun, running back to his right. Rodgers quick throw to Garrett Wilson in the slot, and he's going to be down at about the 39. That is a first down for the Jets. Gain of 14, and man, Garrett Wilson. Dude, when that dude is on, man, he is. I mean, there's a reason this guy has been one of the better receivers in the NFL, despite the myriad of bad quarterbacks that have been throwing him the ball. So 1st and 10, ball to 39. Two receivers to the left here. Rodgers in the shotgun, running back to his left as well. Garrett Wilson motioning to the right. It's going to be a quick toss to Bryce Hall. He's going to try to get out of a tackle. He cannot, and he's going to be brought down for a gain of nothing on the play. All right, 2nd down here. Garrett Wilson alone at the bottom of the screen. Two backs in the backfield. It's going to be a toss to, it's going to be a handoff, to Bryce Hall, who's going to be dropped for a huge loss by the Bills there. Shoestring tackle there. That was by the linebacker, Bernard. Able to just knife through that Jets offensive line and found Bryce Hall there in the backfield. Yeah, that was a loss of 5 yards. So 3rd and 14. Garrett Wilson moving to the left side of the formation on the slot. Rodgers trying to find somebody, and he is not going to be able to try to toss it to Braylon Allen there on the screen. The rookie dropped it, and it's going to be a quick punt here for the Jets. A lot of pressure in Rodgers' face. So 12-14 left in the half. Bills will get the ball back. And there's going to be a flag on the play here. A little bit of a late flag after the fair catch. Could be on the Jets here. There's a Bills player not having having a little bit of a conniption. And it is going to be on the Bills here, actually. So it looks like that'll move them back a little bit. Yeah, the Bills offensively need to get something going. They've been able to run the ball fairly well right now, but their passing game has just not been there. And that was a big reason why they were actually tied to potentially trading for Devontae Adams. The big thing that was holding that back is the Bills don't really have a whole lot of cap space, which is a big reason why they had to let go so many of their established guys that have been there for a long time. And I think Devontae, I think he's set to make around $35 to $37 million over the next, basically the last kind of part of this season, and I think next season. But most of it is not guaranteed anymore. There's basically no guaranteed money on that contract after this year. So the Bills would be able to basically trade for him, get him, and then they could cut him without really having to pay much. But Devontae is going to want some more guaranteed money if he's going to go somewhere. And on top of that, the Raiders do not want to pay, or at this point, the reason they haven't traded him is apparently the Raiders do not want to pay any of that contract. So they're looking for a team to take the entire thing. Bills do not have the cap space for that. And on top of that, the Jets do have the cap space for it, but it's the asking price that's keeping them. I think they said that the Raiders want a second-round draft pick. On top of that, maybe some other later picks, along with basically the new team taking on the entire contract. So after the penalty on the Bills, it'll be 1st and 10 at the 10. 3 receivers to his left. Josh Allen hands it off to Ray Davis, and he's going to lose about a yard on the play. The Jets not falling for it. They know they need to stop the run. Otherwise, they're just going to keep on bleeding yardage. And an update on safety Chuck Clark for the Jets. He is questionable to return for the rest of this game. All right. Allen in the shotgun, takes the snap, has pressure in his face, is in the end zone, but is able to run away from everybody, throws it in the middle of the field, finds someone. It might have been Ray Davis on that one, but there is a flag. Most likely that will be coming back. Potentially. Josh Allen is pointing to the Jets, so it might be a hold as well. Did Ray Davis actually hold on to that, or did that hit the ground? No, that was a catch. Heck of a throw, and that is going to be on the Jets, but it will be declined. And Ray Davis, the running back who had most of the yardage on that initial touchdown drive for the Bills, catches a pass and basically a 45 yard throw from Josh Allen to Ray Davis. Heck of a job. So ball is at the 48 of New York. But unfortunately, the Bills are going to be moving back after a false start here. Cost them 5 yards. Yeah, Josh threw that from the 6 yard line all the way to the midfield, all the way to the 50 yard line, as he was falling away without setting his feet. Just insane. So 1st and 15, ball at the 47 here. It's going to be run up the middle here by Johnson, and he is going to gain about 13 of the 15 yards that they needed. Heck of a run right up the middle. Nobody touched him until he was at about the 45. So 2nd and 2. Another run up the middle by Johnson, and this is going to be enough for a first down. He is going to be close to the 33-yard line. The Bills are moving the ball, man. Finally, they were able to get an explosive play out of Josh Allen, man. If you look at the description of these YouTube videos, man, I always try to add a little bit of a story kind of heading into this of each team. And some of that was the lack of explosive plays in the passing game from these receivers, just not being able to get open. That wasn't even the receiver, that was the running back. So it's going to be a run again by Johnson, and he's going to be close to the 30-yard line. But just something that, like, Josh has always been just like one of those guys that's just like a magician on how he's able to just move the ball and then find somebody down the field. It's crazy. So that's something they've been missing, especially the last 2 games that they have lost. So seeing that and they're being able to run the ball, that's going to be huge for this Bills offense. So 2nd and 8, ball at the 31. Josh Allen looking, scrambling to his right, and he's going to be able to get maybe 2 or 3 yards on the play. He was trying to find somebody down the field, but nothing developed. And he is tackled out of bounds. Clock is at 8:50, 8:49, 8:48, 8:47, 8:46, 8:45, 8:44, if you want to sync it up. It'll be 3rd and 6 for the Bills here. They are getting closer to field goal range here, but it's windy and it's very cold. It's under 50 degrees, and there are 16 mile per hour winds happening. So definitely want to get this a lot closer if you're trying to attempt something. They get it to Khalil Shakir, who's going to nice little crossing route from left to right, and he's going to get the first down yardage. Gain of 8 on the play for Shakir. And heading into this season, Shakir last year, especially over the last, I think, 2 years, was actually the 3rd, 4th option at wide receiver. But with Gabe Davis leaving, as well as Diggs being, I believe, traded to the Texans, Shakir ended up having to really take over a big spot here, throw to the seam tight end, and it's going to be incomplete, but there is a flag on the field. Seastrom, what's going on? What's going on? Oh heck yeah, man. No, hey, do your business, my friend. We gotta pay the bills, man. Hopefully work is going well for you. But happy you're here, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Hopefully I can kind of give you a little bit of a laugh here and there in between the work. All right, that is a pass interference on the Jets, so that'll give the Bills a first and goal at the 10. Josh Allen under center. Receiver in motion to the left. It's going to be a handoff to Ray Davis up the right side here. He's going to gain maybe 2, potentially 3 yards. Clock is at 7:30, 7:29, 7:28, 7:27, 7:26, 7:25, 7:24. If you want to sync this game up with me. All right. Receiver in motion to the left here. Josh Allen looking in the shotgun, trying to get it to his toe and trying to get it to, I believe that's I was going to say the rookie. No, that is Curtis Samuel, the former Washington Commander. Almost had him, just overthrew him just a little bit. Samuel able to get one hand on it, but not able to haul it in. There was a little bit of pressure on Josh, but I think he could have given them a little bit of a better ball, just a little bit more. All right, empty set here for Josh. Ball is at the 8-yard line. Looking. He has a man deep in the end zone, and that is a touchdown. And that is the former Miami Dolphin, Mac Hollins. That is an 8-yard touchdown. This drive, 10 plays, 90 yards, a little over 5 minutes. Heck of a job by Hollins there. Just running a nice little skinny post in the seam. And Josh just over the top of the linebackers. Great touch. Phenomenal job, man. And extra point is no good. Holy cow, what happened here? Ooh. Hold on. Was that blocked? No, that was just that thing just was, it wasn't even blocked. That thing was just a bad kick. Holy cow. All right. Well, instead of it being a four game deficit for the Jets, it is just a field goal that they need to be able to tie this up. Will that missed extra point come into play late in the game? We've seen it before, man. We've seen it before. All right, we are back here. I mean, both of these quarterbacks throwing it early here. Rodgers approaching 100, and Josh Allen over 75 yards already. Sorry, they just caught Josh Allen trying to spit, and that thing did not leave his lips. You just saw, just saw a nasty string of slobber just dangling everywhere. Oh, that was gross. All right, ball at the 25, 30. Jets are returning at 35 and out across the 38. Jets with a phenomenal return here. Gonna have very solid field positioning. Sorry, they're showing like an animation of Rodgers and Josh Allen doing the dance from Pulp Fiction. You remember the with Uma Thurman and John Travolta when they're in that like diner? Yeah, they're. Sorry, I wasn't expecting to see Rodgers and Josh Allen doing that there, so that was hilarious. So going to be a handoff up the middle to Braylon Allen, who was going to go absolutely nowhere, no gain on the play. Both of these teams doing a little bit of a better job of stopping the run, especially up the middle. Yeah, so far the Jets are approaching 149 yards on offense. The Bills are up over 165. All right, two receivers stacked up on the left. Rodgers in the shotgun. Garrett Wilson motioning to the right. Rodgers looking, throwing deep down the field, and he has somebody down there, number 20 here. I don't know who that is, so I will figure it out. I think that might have been Bryce Hall, actually. There you go. Yeah, that's Bryce Hall. Yeah, Bryce was just coming right in behind Lazard, who was running a nice little kind of like a dig route, kind of basically trying to take that middle linebacker out of there. It's going to be a flea flicker, and it is not going to work out. Rodgers just gets slammed to the turf, and that is the first sack of the night. Jets trying to get cute here. I mean, the flea flicker barely ever works in Madden. It's not going to work in the NFL, man. And Rodgers had somebody open. He had Garrett Wilson opening up on the right side there. Even had Lazard if he was able to kind of pop it over the linebacker and bring it down. All right, after the sack, it is 2nd and 15. Ball at the 45. Three receivers to the right. Gets it to Garrett Wilson on the left, and Wilson breaks the tackle, tries to reverse field, and is not able to get any additional yardage after the catch. It was a gain of 7, so it'll be 3rd and 10 for the Jets. They are in Bills territory now. And the clock is at 4:22, 4:21, 4:20, 4:18, 4:17, 4:16, if you want to sync it up with us. All right. Two receivers to the right, and it's going to be a false start on the Jets. Sorry, Rodgers was just looking at his right tackle, saying like, seriously, dude? Really? So, Jets are moving back here, so it'll be a 3rd and 15. Bills showing pressure. They have 5 at the line. They have some guys kind of motioning up. They do send all 5, and Rodgers absolutely gets destroyed in the backfield. That is A.J. Epinesa, who just slammed Rodgers to the turf, getting around Tyron Smith, the former Dallas Cowboy, the former All-Pro tackle as well. And oh man, right on the blind side. And Rodgers, man, he took a shot on that one. He popped up, he's fine, but ooh, you can tell that one hurt, man. Rodgers actually fumbled the ball, but he was able to fall right on top of it. So 4th and 23, they're gonna punt it away. Obviously, the ball's at the 49, and the Jets are just trying to take up as much time off the clock here, trying to make sure that Josh Allen does not have all the time in the world to be able to drive down the field. So 2:49 left in the half. Bills have all 3 timeouts as well as the 2-minute warning. Yeah, that one, that last sack, you can tell Rodgers was like he was literally shaking it off as he was taking his helmet off, going. Yeah, that's one you're gonna feel on. I was gonna say Monday, but that's one you're gonna definitely feel on Tuesday. But what have you guys thought about this game so far? I mean, it's been tight. It's been interesting. It's definitely a lot better than the Sunday night game, which I think coming into the middle of the third quarter, we still had only the one score that happened relatively early in that first quarter. So at least we're getting some touchdowns, and also that Bengals game and the Giants game, there was like no sacks, no turnovers until like late in the game. That one was I'm not gonna lie, that one was a struggle to kind of get through to try to find something to talk about. But here we got sacks, we got some big runs, we got some big passing plays, we got touchdowns, we got field goals, we got it's a regular, entertaining football game, which I'm very grateful for. So thank you to both of these teams. But yeah, let me know what you thought about what you've been thinking about this first half here. Has anybody really stood out to you? Any players? Anything that they're doing that's really kind of catching your eye? All right. 1st and 10, ball at the 20. Josh Allen in the shotgun. Receiver motioning to the right. Gets it out quickly to Ray Davis, who bowls over a Jets defender. Gets about 8 yards on the play. Looks like Rodgers is still trying to shake the cobwebs off of that last hit, man. So 3 receivers to the right. Josh Allen in the shotgun. Ball at the 28. Another handoff to Ray Davis, who cuts up field, and he's going to be out across the 30-yard line. And that's going to be a first down for the Bills. And that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. And we're going to go to another commercial break here. Man, we got some big college matchups coming this week. I was thinking about um, streaming college games, but it would just be, I think it would be just a little too much. And not in terms of streaming, it would just be so many of those games just happen all at once. There'd be a lot to try to cover with that, and plus, I'm not a huge college guy. I like the Badgers, follow them when I can, but with 32 teams in the NFL, that's already quite a bit. There's always a lot of news there. So 1st and 10, three receivers to the left here. Josh Allen in the shotgun. Looking, trying to scramble, gets away from a pass rusher, and is going to be out across the 40 down to about the 41 after stepping out of bounds. Josh being very, very smart with the ball. Heading into this game, he has turned the ball over 18 times since 2018 against the Jets. That is the most turnovers he has against any team in the NFL. So far, been very smart, been very careful with the ball. It's going to be a fake handoff, gets the ball out quickly to Kincaid, I believe, and he is going to be about a yard short of the first down. There is a flag on the field here. And it's going to be on the Bills here for having an illegal man downfield. So that'll wipe away the yardage on the quick little bubble throw to Kincaid. I'm not really sure what's going on here. I thought that was against the Bills here, but apparently. All right, let's see what the referee sees. Okay, it looks like they just picked up the flag here because it's going to be 3rd and 1, basically, where the play ended. It's going to be a QB sneak here, trying to get that 1 yard, and they do. And they're going to be spotted at the 47-yard line. Bills have 3 timeouts. Clock is running. It's going to be under about 120 once they snap this next ball. So 2 receivers on each side. Josh Allen in the shotgun. Clock at 1:14. Josh looking, throwing to his right, trying to find somebody deep, and he cannot. Trying to find Mac Hollins on the throw. And then there's a late flag on the play. There was a lot of pushing and shoving when that ball was in the air, and it's going to be pass interference on the Jets here. A huge call. That's on DJ Reader. Let's check it out here. Reader definitely holding on to Matt Collins' hand there. Oh, that's very cute. It's nice. It's not Valentine's Day yet, but that's always nice. Yeah, he was he was holding onto his hand and holding it to his chest. That's adorable. And it's gonna be a quick throw to the outside there on the on the left here, and withstands a huge hit and is able to get some yardage and out of bounds. Heck of a job. See who that was. Was that the rookie? No, that was Curtis Samuel again. All right, the clock is stopped at 1:05. The Bills have yet to use a single one of their timeouts here, and they are inside the 30, down to about the 28. Josh looking, throwing over the middle here, finding his tight end. I believe that is Kincaid. And that's going to be a first down. Kincaid wide open, man. There was not a jet within like 5 yards of him. Clock is continuing to roll here. It's at 57 seconds. And also, Josh, man, the way that ball only traveled like 7 yards down the field, but he threw that thing like he was trying to put it right through Kincaid. Holy cow, that was a lot of juice on that one. Kincaid is lucky he was able to get that ball out. And Jets were trying to substitute, and I'm pretty sure the Bills were able to get the Jets substituting here. But there was also a late flag. There's an early flag and then a very late flag. So we will see what it is. Obviously, Josh pulling an Aaron Rodgers special that he absolutely loved to do in his time in Green Bay. Catching the team, substituting, get to the line, take the snap, get a free play. He loved it so much that his first touchdown as a New York Jet this year, and as well as his career, was on a free play to Lazard. All right. And both of the penalties are going to be on the Jets. So they had too many men on the field, and then there's a pass interference late on that play there. And the Bills are going to take the pass interference play. That's obviously going to give them the most yardage. So 45 seconds left in this half. Jets defense has had 21 penalties accepted against them. That is the second most in the NFL. It's going to be a run up the middle here. Ray Davis just piling through here, fighting for that extra yardage. Gain of about 4 or 5 on the play. Clock is continuing to roll, and it is stopped at 36 now. And I'm trying to see which team used the timeout. I'm assuming it's the Bills here. Yeah, even the broadcasters are saying we have yet to see an indication on who called the timeout here. So it's saying that the Jets called the timeout. Okay. Thank you, Buck and Troy there, for telling me who called the timeout. Because the referees just were not saying anything. All right, 39 seconds left. The Jets use their first timeout here. Very interesting. It'll be empty set. 3 receivers to the right here for Josh Allen. He's going to scramble, and he is going to be hit as he released, and it's going to be incomplete. It's going to be a fumble here, I'm pretty sure. And the Bills look like they fell on it, barely able to get the ball. Clock is continuing to roll. I'm pretty sure the Bills will be using a timeout here. Josh Allen, oh man, he wasn't even, the ball didn't even come out on the hit. He was just trying to, as he was trying to release it, the ball just slipped right out. It is cold, apparently. It's heading into the the first quarter, they said it was 49 degrees, but it felt like it was 44 degrees. So I'm assuming that ball is hard and maybe a little harder to grasp than on a normal day. Almost a disaster for the Bills on that one. So no, it's actually the Jets who used their second timeout. What are you doing, man? I don't understand what the Jets are doing. Like even if you get the ball back, you're gonna have less than 27 seconds left. Just let the Bills run their offense, use their timeouts. You might be able to even stop them before they can score a touchdown. And Josh Allen scrambling, and he finds his man in the end zone. And that is, I believe, Dalton Kincaid. And Josh Allen jawing at one of the defenders here of the Jets. I thought he was sacked, man. He stepped up into the pocket and he stepped up into a defender. But literally all he did, he just ducked and then was able to get out of the sack and then found, let me see, I'm trying to think who that is. Is that Dalton Kincaid? I believe it is. And that is a touchdown for the Bills with 21 seconds left. And the kick is up and it is good. And the Bills take a 20-10 lead here with 21 seconds left on the clock. And I've never understood, once again, going back to what the Jets were doing on that drive, using their timeouts to basically let the Bills run their offense at their own pace. Okay, you get the ball back, but you only have 21 seconds, and now you don't have most of your timeouts. What are you going to do with 21 seconds and one timeout? I guarantee you the Bills would have used their timeouts eventually. You would have had less time, but not by much. The Bills are not going to let the the half run all the way down to 10 seconds and then start using their timeouts. They're probably going to start using timeouts around the same time that you were using yours. The only difference is now you don't have barely any, and you have little time left. I've never understood that. Let the team that has the ball use their timeouts. If they give you time, if this is the end of the game, that's totally different. But it's the end of the half. Don't give them time to be able to basically just pick whatever play that they want. No, put the pressure on them. Let them make decisions. Let them make mistakes. If they give you too much time for using their timeouts, great. And if they don't, and they end up not able to get a touchdown, that's even better for you. I don't know. That's my opinion. Never understood it. Don't use your timeouts to help out your opponent. If it's the end of the game, very different, because you're trying to get any amount of time back. But it's the end of the half, man. Still got a whole nother half. You're going to get more timeouts in the second half. Anyway, Rodgers throwing it. He's going to dump it down to his check down, and he's going to have to run out of bounds. Gains maybe 3 yards. 7 full seconds came off the clock. Both these quarterbacks, no turnovers. No turnovers so far in this game. So 2nd and 7, 3 receivers to the left. Rodgers in the shotgun. Back to his right. Rodgers looking, throwing it down the field to Garrett Wilson. 8 seconds left on the clock, and the Jets are going to have to use their final timeout. The ball is still on their side of the 50. 8 seconds left. Maybe try to get a quick play to the outside, maybe gain an extra 5-7 yards or so, and then Hail Mary, I guess, is what they're trying to do here. And the Bills will use their first timeout of the half. And they're showing some highlights from Aaron Rodgers of his penchant for throwing Hail Marys that one year in a literal year. Against the Lions and that, what's it called? The Miracle in Motown. One of the best nicknames of all time on a play. Bills send 2 players. Rodgers has all day. Throws it up. It's going to get to the end zone here. And it's going to be incomplete. They're saying it's a touchdown. Oh my goodness. Wow. It's another thing, too, I never understood. Why would you just send 2 guys? Send 4. Send 5. Maybe that's too much, but 4 at the very least. And it was Allen Lazard, and that is a touchdown for sure. 100% that is a touchdown. And Aaron Rodgers with some magic again. This does not change my opinion on using your timeouts to buy more time. That does not change my opinion on it. If you're trying to say that this is what they were planning the whole time, I understand that. That doesn't mean that's going to work at any point. So, heck of a job by the Jets. Heck of a job by Rodgers. And heck of a freaking job by Lazard, man. There's 3 guys on him while he was trying to catch that ball. So the old man still got it. Still got it. Heck yeah, man. Freaking Hail Mary on Monday night. Let's go. Let's go. Dude, we saw 2 touchdowns happen within the final 25 seconds of this half. That's awesome. And once again, you gave Rodgers all day to throw, and plus, even though you only rushed 4, you still had 3 guys that were not even in the end zone. Like, if you're going to fully commit to just rushing 2 guys initially, put everybody else in the end zone. Outnumber them by quite a bit. They only had 6 guys in the end zone for their 5. It's like, come on, man. Like, you either got to send the pass rush, get Rodgers uncomfortable, or if not, then at that point, almost don't rush anybody. Rush 1-2 guys, but everybody else in the end zone, man on the man, everybody else playing zone. Like, I don't understand that. Man, I don't know. Bills are... Yeah. But either way, heck of a throw by Rodgers, man. That thing was a rocket. He threw that from his own side of the field, and it was well within the end zone there. It was like 4 or 5 yards in. That was still easily a 60 to almost a 70-yard throw. Let's see where he threw this at. So he was at the 40, threw it just before the 45, and then Lazard caught that basically 5 yards in to the end zone. So we're easily talking 60 yards. Easily. Just wild, man. Freaking Rodgers, man. Still got it. Still got that arm. Yeah, both Allen and Rodgers. 2 throwing touchdowns. Josh Allen does have that rushing touchdown, that quarterback sneak. Both of these quarterbacks very efficient tonight. Josh Allen, 10 of 12, a buck 12. Rodgers, 13 of 17, 192 yards. Obviously, a big chunk of that coming on that Hail Mary at the end of the half. But what were your thoughts on that Hail Mary throw before the throw happened? Did you think it was going to get there? I was very surprised when I saw the Bills just rush 2 guys. Yes, we do. Heck of a game. We got vintage Rodgers just throwing Hail Marys. Got Josh Allen just ducking, running around, finding guys in the end zone, buying time. Yeah, there was 2 touchdowns in the final 25 minutes of that half. Sorry, 25 seconds of that half, sorry. I mean, especially with the Hail Mary, it was very possible. It could have easily been picked off. We've seen that plenty of times, especially from the Jets quarterback. I think they tried, what was it, like 2 or 3 last year, and I think all of them got picked off. I know Tim Boyle, another former Green Bay Packer quarterback, he attempted a Hail Mary, I think it was just before the half or at some point during the game against the Miami Dolphins. He was picked off at the goal line, and the Miami Dolphins were able to return it all the way for a touchdown. So he scored a touchdown on that Hail Mary. It was just for the wrong team. Yeah, how about the Ravens, man? They were 0-2. And granted, one of them was was a loss in week 1 against the Chiefs, but they were looking like a team that was like, oh man, they're gonna underperform. They're supposed to be Super Bowl contenders. Everybody was just downing them. Now they've ripped off 4 straight wins against some pretty decent opponents, including the Commanders this past week. The Packers also, after a week 1 loss, have gone 4-1, including 2 games without Jordan Love. So, yeah, man, there's some teams that are just flying right now, including the Bears, Who the heck would have thought the Bears would be playing some of the best offensive football in the NFL that we're seeing? Wild. Caleb Williams throwing 4 touchdowns. Especially after the talk of even just like 2 or 3 weeks in, they were like, oh, these young quarterbacks, they're pretty bad. They haven't scored any touchdowns. They haven't thrown any touchdowns. I was like, dude, it's like week 2, week 3. Relax. And now, you got Jaden Daniels just lighting up the NFL. Caleb Williams throwing for 4 touchdowns. You gotta give these young guys not only some time, but also give them some talent as well around them. Typically, the teams that are drafting these guys are pretty awful. Oh yeah, the whole NFC North right now, they might be the best division in football right now. That is a very good point. Yeah, I think the Packers are technically last in the NFC division, and they're 4-2. They're 4-2. The Chicago Bears are 4-2. The Minnesota Vikings are obviously 5-0, and then Detroit is also, are they 5-1? Might be 5-1 or maybe 4-2 as well. But I mean, all those teams have looked impressive as well. It's not like, it'd be one thing if the Vikings were. We've seen this before with I think it was the Steelers. I think it might have been like 4 or 5, maybe 6 years ago. They started the season, I think 11-0, but almost the entire season, everybody was like, "This does not look like a team that is 11-0. This team looks like an average NFL team." And then they ended up losing their final 5 games of the regular season, and then they ended up losing in the playoffs in the first game against Baker Mayfield. But like the Vikings, they have dominated teams. They destroyed the Texans. They picked off Rodgers and the Jets 3 times. Like, they have looked good, and they were up 28-0 against the Packers at one point before Green Bay just stormed back and almost won that game. But the Vikings have looked good against some really good opponents. The Bears, you can tell that they're starting to hit their stride, especially with a young team. Who knows if they're going to be able to keep this up, but either way, man, it's impressive. 4 wins already. I think even if they only win, 3 more games in the season, I think you have to consider it a success. And at the end of the day, I think the biggest thing is, can you get Caleb to play like a franchise quarterback? And right now he's playing like it. And I think that's going to be the most important thing. Get him comfortable, get him progressing, get him playing better football each week. And eventually the wins will come. Especially with a great quarterback like that. Detroit looked like one of the most complete teams in the NFL. They absolutely destroyed the Dallas Cowboys. I streamed that game, and that was a tough game to watch. Especially if you were a Dallas fan, I get it. But man, dude, Detroit looked just dominant. Offensively, defensively. They are one of the deepest teams in the NFL. It sucks that they lost Hutchinson. I believe it was a broken fibula or tibula or something like that. So basically a broken bone in his leg. It was not a compound fracture, so that's a good thing. And they said that the timetable for him to come back is anywhere between 4 to 6 months, roughly. But unfortunate, man, he was leading the NFL in sacks. He was looking like a NFL Defensive Player of the Year. So losing that is going to be very tough. But I think if any team is able to withstand that and still play pretty well, Detroit is one of those teams. And of course, you have the Packers, man, my team. I mean, week 1, they did not look good, but neither did the Eagles. That field really played a big part in that game, in my opinion, because you've seen both of these teams, and the Packers seem to be playing a lot better. The Eagles have been kind of banged up, but, it's the Eagles. But going back to the Packers, running game, has been consistent. Even if it's not been one guy, it's been a Emmanuel Wilson really playing well. Jaden Reed has been phenomenal in the run game. He's been great in the passing game. This week was the first time I could say that almost the entire receiving crew really looked like the receivers that everybody was talking about during the offseason. Tucker Kraft, he had a quiet game this week, but he looks like he might be entering that upper echelon of tight ends. I wouldn't call him elite yet. I think it's way too early, but he shows a lot of promise. And then Jordan Love, outside of that interception, which, when your receiver just slips and falls, there's not much you can do about it. It was a good throw. It's going to be accurate. It's going to be right on him. And the receiver almost actually was able to bat it down. That's how good of a throw it was. 4 touchdowns. 4 touchdowns. And was just very efficient with the ball, very smart with the ball. Yeah, and the defense continuing to take the ball away. Even when the interceptions aren't there for Xavier McKinney and everybody else, they found ways to get the ball. They kept on getting those fumbles, stripping the ball, great tackling, getting to the ball, being aggressive, and they were able to contain Kyler Murray, which is not an easy thing to do. He's I think it was the week before against the 49ers, a very good defense. He broke off I think it was like a 50-yard touchdown. It was either them or it might have been a different game, but Kyler is a guy that is explosive. He finds ways to get open and find yardage. The Packers were able to hold him to just 14 yards rushing. Just a great job. So, yeah, the NFC North is arguably the best division in football right now. And the kickoff is going to be in the end zone. It's going to be returned, and it's going to be down at about the 22 after the return, maybe the 23. All right. We are back. Third quarter, let's switch this up. Let's get these timeouts back here. All right, 1st and 10, Josh Allen under center, tight end in motion to the left. Single back in the backfield. Fakes the handoff. Josh Allen looking, needing to step up in the pocket, scrambling, throws a dot right across the field to Curtis Samuel. He's at the 40, and he's going to be tripped up at the 38. Woo. Dude, that was a freaking dot by Josh Allen. Holy cow. And they are in Jets territory already. All right. Josh Allen in the shotgun gets the ball out to his running back, and he's going to get about 3 or 4 yards on the play. All right, 2nd and 5. Josh Allen under center. 2 receivers to his left. Single back in the backfield. Jet showing some pressure here. He's going to hand it off to Ray Davis, who just keeps trucking even after contact. And he's going to be very, very close to the first down. And it's going to be a first down. All right, the play clock is at 12:51, 12:50, 12:49, 12:48, 12:47, 12:46, 45, 44. If you want to sync it up, Allen under center here, rolling to his right, and could not get it to his tight end there. hit him right in the hands, but the ball just bounced right out of him. But there is going to be a flag on the field. Looks like it's going to be on the Bills here. It's going to be pass interference on the offense. That's going to be on the tight end, Dawson Knox. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Basically threw the safety off of him. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 39. Josh Allen looking, scrambling, and he is going to be taken down after a gain of 5 on the play, down to the 34. And man, both of these offenses over 225 yards. Something that's definitely not been the case over the last couple weeks for them. And the Bills are going to have to burn their first timeout of the half here. Yeah, there was a lot of, not sure exactly what was going on here. Yeah, the camera just kept on kind of just moving all over the place except for on the field. So, but Bills are going to use their first timeout. We're going to go to a commercial break here. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab something to drink. All right, we are back here. 2nd and 15, ball at the 34. Receiver in motion to the left. Josh Allen needing to throw that ball out. Pressure in his face. And It's going to be to the rookie Keon Coleman, who is not able to haul it in. It's a great throw by Josh. It was literally right on him, deep, deep down the field. I don't think Coleman was ever really able to. Oh no, he did locate the ball. Man, I'm surprised he was not able to hold on to this. It was literally right on him. Just a great job by the corner, man. Just active hands getting in between them. Heck yeah. That was going to be a great throw, and it was going to be a great catch. All right. Shotgun, two receivers stacked up to the right. Quick pass to Keon Coleman, who is going to be unable to get away from the tacklers. It was a gain of about 5 on the play. Good job by the Jets defense, man, after that big play to really open up the half. So this will be a 47-yard attempt. Once again, they were talking about 16 mile per hour winds heading into this game. So it's going to be very windy. We'll see how the kick goes, and it's going to veer off to the right there. No good. Jets cannot extend their lead. Yeah, that thing was sailing from as soon as that ball hit off his foot. It's a tough one. All right, the Jets will have decent field position on this next drive. I believe they're going to get the ball around the 37-yard line. All right, we're going to see what Aaron Rodgers has in store. He had a magical Hail Mary throw to end the half. We'll see if he can. Rodgers is a believer in momentum. He believes all it takes is one great play to spark a great run in a season, not just a game, in a season. Will that Hail Mary throw be able to spark something in this Jets offense? So I'm watching a commercial here for. At first, I thought it was like a hijacked yacht or boat or something. Then I see Josh Jackson, who was a mighty duck. He's like hovering over this lady who's giving birth. But then they veer I don't know what's going on with that show. What the heck is going on? Anyway, 1st and 10, ball at the 37. Rodgers in the shotgun. And Breece Hall only able to get a yard or 2 on the play there. The whole point I was trying to say is these shows are getting really strange, man. I don't watch a whole lot of TV outside of football. So I'm just very surprised of and also I'm not I don't have any I'm not listening to anything. There's no audio, so all my only context is what I'm seeing on the screen, and this just doesn't make any sense to me. So to me that was just hilarious. Anyway, 2nd and 8, ball at the 39. Rodgers in the pistol, 2 receivers to his left. It's going to be another handoff to Bryce Hall, and the Bills are going to be able to stop him in the backfield for a loss of 1. And the clock is at 10:03, 10:02, 10:01, 10, 9:59, 9:58, 9:57, 9:56, 9:55. If you want to sync it up with me. And if you're just joining us, please like and subscribe. We're going to be doing as many games as we can this season. Packer games, primetime games, everything. And I am sick today, so please leave a like so you let me know that this was worth it. Because it was. Rodgers getting sacked on the play again. And that is A.J. Epinesa with another huge sack. There is a flag, though. And it looks like it's going to be on the Bills. They're saying that's roughing the passer. They're saying that Epinesa basically put all his body weight on Rodgers. Are we doing this now? Come on. Are we really doing that still? That's a sack, dude. That's not a penalty. He didn't drive him to the ground. Come on. That was a ridiculous call. Anyway, 1st and 10, ball at the 47-yard line after the penalty on the Bills. Receiver in motion to the left. It's going to be a handoff to Bryce Hall to the right, and he's going to be out across the 50 down to about the 48-yard line. And the reason Epinesa landed on him was because he was trying to strip the ball, so he didn't have his hands to brace himself. The dude was just trying to make a play on the ball. That's not driving a guy down into the ground. That's not putting his weight on him. That's just trying to make a play. Anyway, 2nd and 7. Rodgers in the shotgun. Handoff to Braylon Allen up the middle, gain of about 5 or 6 on the play. It's going to be 3rd and about 2. Yeah, that check cleared, man. I mean, third and 2, ball at the 45. Bryce Hall motioning into the backfield on Rodgers' left. Rodgers in the shotgun, play clock down to 0. It's going to bounce it to Bryce Hall, who is wide open, and it's going to be to the 10, to the 5, and he is going to be out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. Wow. Bills, I don't know what was going on with the Bills secondary there. They just left. It's like they parted the Red Sea there. Holy cow. Yeah, it was just a quick toss to the left, and Bryce Hall just ran right through that hole. Bills bad angles by almost everybody there. I don't know what was going on. The ball is now inside the 5 down to the 3. It'll be 1st and goal for the Jets with a huge opportunity here to take the lead over the Buffalo Bills. Fake handoff, and ball pops up, and it's going to be incomplete. Rodgers throwing that ball low and hard, hit a Bills defender, and the ball popped up. Yeah, he faked the handoff to Braylon Allen, and he was trying to get it to look like a tight end. And that was the safety Rapp who was able to just pop that ball up. It's going to be a run up the middle by Bryce Hall, and the Bills just stonewalled him. They almost folded Hall back there, man. Holy cow. That was a huge hit. Yeah, that was a no gain on the play, so it'll be 3rd and goal. All right, Rodgers in the shotgun, single receiver to his left. I believe that is Garrett Wilson. You have Alan Lazard in the slot to the right with 3 receivers to the right as well. Rodgers looking, and trying to get the ball to Garrett Wilson. There's a lot of contact here. And Rodgers not happy with the call, yelling some obscenities to the referees. Apparently the check was enough to clear for the sack, but not enough for the whole thing. That's the Jets. That's the referee saying, you got to pay us more next time. We'll give you a call, but we're not going to give you all the calls. Yeah, Rodgers was not happy. Oh, man. My boy was hot. He was hot. All right. So the Jets will have to settle for a field goal here with a chance to tie it up here. And the kick is up, and it is good right down the middle. And the Jets have tied it all at 20. And that extra point that the Bills missed, making a little bit of a difference here. Also, at one point with 21 seconds left in the half, it was 20-10 with 21 seconds left. The Jets have come back, scored 10 unanswered points. Got to give the Jets credit, man. They're responding when they need to. So we got a little bit of time here, kind of trying to put the what the Jets have been going through into a little bit of perspective. So obviously, heading into this game, the Jets had as many points, and their offense was basically the same with that it was a year ago without Rodgers. With Rodgers, didn't matter. Still the same, still struggling, still same amount of points. I think they had scored only 93 points last year through 5 games. Same amount of points through 5 games this year. So, obviously, things had needed to change. They decided to fire Robert Saleh. They moved Nathaniel Hackett upstairs. He's no longer doing the plays. Basically a demotion, in my opinion. And it's going to be kicked off, and it'll be down in the end zone for the Bills. We'll start at the 30 here. And some people obviously were saying that, they're going to give Robert Saleh some time because last year was basically a wash. It didn't really count. I mean, it's the NFL, man. There's no such thing as, there's no such thing as a mulligan. Maybe they'll give you a grace for one game, but they're not going to give you a grace for the whole year. And they proved it. 5 weeks in, they fired Robert Saleh. So last year did count, even without Rodgers, even with the injury. And there's going to be a flag that blows this play dead before it even begins. We're going to see what it is, most likely on the Bills here. It's going to be a false start on Mac Hollins, the receiver. And to kind of just prove that, look at what has happened this year, not just with the Jets, but Bryce Young, benched. Nathanial Hackett, even when he was with the Broncos, they fired him within a year, his first year. He was let go. 1st and 15, 3 receivers to the left. It's going to be a handoff by Ray Davis to Ray Davis, and he's going to be out across the 30 down to the 31. Nice gain of 6 there. So, like, teams in the NFL, man, they do not care whether it's your first year, your second year, your first game. If you do not perform, they will let you know. All right, we got 2nd and 9. Allen in the shotgun, having the scramble to his right, pressure, and it's going to be to Dalton Kincaid. He's going to be down after just a gain of 3. It'll be 3rd down, and Kincaid. Ooh, almost had a fight break out here. Well, the Bills' offensive lineman did not like how they brought down Kincaid there. All right, 3rd and 6 here. Two receivers to the left. Josh Allen in the shotgun. Looking, little bit of pressure, but he has time. He's going to scramble to his left, throws it across his body, and it's going to be incomplete. And that is that's going to be. We'll see if there's going to be pass interference here. It's going to be on the Jets, I believe. I mean, if I saw it correctly, it looked like the corner just so DJ Reader, he tripped, tried to find. Yeah, he basically just rammed himself into Matt Collins before the ball was even there. And there's going to be 2 fouls, and they're both going to be on each team, so that'll be offsetting penalties. Yeah, it looks like one of the offensive linemen for the Bills got a little aggressive there. I mean, I feel like I've seen that plenty of times in the NFL, never been called. All right, so 3rd and 6, 3 receivers to the right. Allen, once again, in the shotgun, running back to his left as well. And he's going to throw it up, and it's going to be incomplete. Way too high there. And the Jets defense holding the Bills to nothing again, man. The Bills have not been able to find anything in the second half here. Punt is away. It's It's going to be down about the 20 at about the 25 down to the 26. All right, we're going to see Aaron Rodgers in the Jets offense trying to retake the lead here. At one point, they did lead 10-7 here. All right, I'll be right back, guys. Right back. All right. We are getting back to this game here. Looks like it's going to be starting up in just a second. All right, 4:25 left in the third quarter. Ball at the 26. Rodgers in the pistol. Tight end in motion. Throws it out to Garrett Wilson, who nearly stumbles. Has some blockers. He's going to be out across the 40, down to about the 42. And that's going to be a first down for the Jets. Garrett Wilson having himself a really solid game. 7 for 84 and a touchdown. 49 of those yards coming after the catch. First and 10, ball at the 43. Rodgers in the shotgun. Looking, scrambling, throwing to a wide open Garrett Wilson, who was out across the 50 down to about the 35. And that was DeMar Hamlin on the tackle. Man, Garrett Wilson just running a nice, very nice crossing route from right to left. Rodgers in the pistol, hands it off to Bryce Hall, who withstands a huge tackle, and it's going to be very close to a first down. There is a late flag on the play. It's going to be on the defense. Illegal low block. That was one of the points of emphasis this season there, trying to take out those plays. So that'll bring the ball down to nearly the 12-yard line. The Jets are 12 yards away from the end zone here. Breece Hall motioning out to split out as a wide receiver to the left, 3 receivers to the left. Gets it to Bryce Hall, who cannot stay on his feet after the catch. And he will be downed after about a gain of 2. Rodgers in the empty set here. Looking, throwing to his left, throwing to Lazard, who breaks a tackle, and is going to be very close to the first down marker. It's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Rodgers potentially unhappy with the way Lazard ran that route. Rodgers under center, single receiver to his left in the I formation. He's going to hand it off to the fullback. That is Braylon Allen, the rookie out of Wisconsin, with a huge touchdown. There is a flag on the field, though, and it's going to be holding on the Jets and take away that touchdown. Take away the touchdown from the rookie. That's going to be on Tyron Smith, the former Dallas Cowboy All-Pro. Oh, yeah, definitely holding. It was a veteran move, though. Very subtle, just inside the breastplate. And that'll move them back all the way to the 14. 3rd and 11. Rodgers throwing it down the field, and Garrett Wilson absolutely gets destroyed. Unable to hold on to it. He got lit up, man. Oh. The heck? Why would you throw that, man? That was just no good. Oh. Luckily, it wasn't a shot to the head. I think it's mostly he just can't breathe because he just got destroyed. So most likely he'll be okay. Hopefully he is. Hopefully it's not any like broken ribs, but holy cow, man. Rodgers that was a great throw, but man, do you just set him up to get just dismantled on that one. There's a linebacker underneath the coverage. Underneath. And both safeties were coming from both sides. So when just as the ball got there, they both said the safeties basically just sandwiched Wilson. And that was on 3rd down, so it'll be a 4th down. They will most likely settle for a field goal here and take the points. Also, sorry if you can hear me breathing. Unfortunately, once again, I've been sick all day. But just kind of going to try to work through it here. Yeah, man, seems to be going around. It's around this time, man. Around October is when people start getting sick a little bit here. Starts to get a little too cold for some people. All right, this will be a 32-yard attempt for the Jets. Some windy conditions, but Greg Zuerlein has been perfect thus far. And the kick is going to hit the upright. And it's going to be no good. We are still tied here with 2020. Yeah, it just hit the left upright and just glanced right off. And we still have 55 seconds left in the third quarter. So this game is far from over. Far from over. That wind, I tell you, they're saying over 15 miles per hour. It's also probably affecting some of these throws every once in a while. So 1st and 10, ball at the 22 for the Bills after that missed field goal by the Jets. And it's going to be a false start right away. And the Bills are moving back. Putting back at the 17 here. And that was on the, looks like the right guard, Spencer Brown. First and 15, Josh Allen in the shotgun, 2 receivers to his left, 2 backs in the backfield with him. Throws it to Curtis Samuel, who's going to be very close to the original line of scrimmage. It might have actually gotten about 7 or 8 yards on the play. Oh, yeah, you're seeing those zebras, man. You're seeing the zebras just flapping in the wind. And that's going to be another false start, illegal formation on the Bills, and that'll wipe away a good catch and run by Curtis Samuel. And the Bills just keep on moving back. All right, now it'll be 1st and 20, ball at the 12-yard line. We'll see if Josh Allen can potentially get some magic going on in this drive, because the Bills definitely need to get something going. They have not been able to get any movement in the second half. Oh, they missed the field goal. Yeah. Greg Zuerlein, he hit the right upright. It looked like it was going left, and then it cut in, and then finally the wind just took the rest of it. So yeah, it was a missed kick. And then the Bills have had 2 back-to-back penalties that moved them from the 22, which is where the kick was, all the way back to the 12. And just now, Josh Allen was trying to get it on a screen to his running back, and it went incomplete. So now it is 2nd and 20. Yeah, man, this game has been coming at you fast. 20 seconds still left in the third quarter. Josh Allen takes the snap, finds Khalil Shakir, and he is going to be close to the original line of scrimmage, gain of about 10 on the play. And the clock is now under 10 seconds, and we will most likely be heading into the fourth quarter with the score all knotted up at 20. And we are seeing Fireman Ed stepping down from his pedestal. Maybe he's going to the bathroom, going to pee for the D maybe, or is he just heading home? He's very old. Fireman Ed's been doing this for a long time. He's a vet. He doesn't need to stay there all night. He can go home early. He's earned it. He's a retired firefighter, man. He deserves to sleep. All right. Looks like he got 10 yards back. Yeah, absolutely, man. Trust me, I'm pulling for the Bills too, man. That's one of the teams that, if the Packers aren't there, I'm looking for the Bills to get a Super Bowl, man. I grew up in the '90s, seeing them go. Well, I didn't see them, but having read and seen some of the highlights of them going to 4 consecutive Super Bowls and losing all of them. That's torture on a whole different level for a fan base, man. It's one thing if your team sucks. And as a Packer fan that have seen my team lose many times in the NFC Championship, sometimes back-to-back years, I can only imagine like just the disappointment, the excitement of seeing my team in the Super Bowl and then losing, and then having the hope, oh, we made it back, we're going to win it, losing again, and then getting hope again, and like just the fear in the back of your mind on that third one. You're like, okay, I'm not going to get too excited because we might lose this one, but who knows? And then you lose again, and then you're like, okay, well, it's over, right? 3 times, we did our best, and then you get back there for a 4th time, and then you lose again. That's oh man. So that's why I want the Bills to win one. I think Bills fans have deserved it. They've been passionate enough, not only about their team, but they always do a great job with like fundraisers. Like anytime there's like a player on another team that something happens to them or something that ends up helping the Bills, they flood that dude's whatever he's raising money for, whether it's toys for kids, cancer, something. Bills fans are freaking awesome, man, and I believe that they deserve a Super Bowl at some point here. Oh, apparently, in between the third and fourth quarter here, we almost had a full-on brawl. There's some flags. Oh, man, there's going to take... Oh, no. There's a flag on the field. I'm pretty sure I saw a guy take a punch here. What's going on? Like I said it when I first started this game. As soon as that little scrum happened in the first drive, I was like, oh, it's going to be one of those games. So it's unsportsmanlike conduct on the Jets here. Wait, is it on? Oh, no, sorry. Forgot we switched fields here. So it's actually on the Bills. So 3 penalties on the Bills on this drive. And I think they've only run 1 play. Yeah, because they had 2 consecutive penalties. Then they got they got the incomplete pass. Then they got the 10-yard play, and now this penalty. So it'll be 3rd and 21. Holy cow! So it's gonna be a quick little bubble throw to Dalton Kincaid, and it's gonna be maybe at the 16-17, nowhere near a first down. So they're showing Deion Dawkins, who was the tackle for the Bills, who just got the penalty here. He's had a history of, doing a little extra against the New York Jets here. I think it was a couple seasons ago. Him and Michael Clemens were kind of jawing. They were kind of fighting a little bit during the game, and then after the game, they had to be separated in the tunnel by a was basically a host of just everybody just kind of trying to separate those 2 big guys. So it was a nice return for the Jets, gain of about maybe 10 on the play. And it was a return of 8 for Xavier Gibson there. I'm hoping we get an overtime game. It's been entertaining. Bills and Jets, man. It's been a lot more interesting than last night's game against the Bengals and Giants. That one was a tough one to get through, man. So 14:06 left in this game, and we're gonna see the Jets once again on the field. They have been able to get points on each of their. Sorry, actually no, I forgot they missed the field goal. So they've been able to get one field goal on their first two drives here of the half, and we're gonna see Allen Lazard with a huge gain, and it'll be a first down for the Jets, and they are nearly at midfield already. Yeah, Lazard just coming from the right to the left, just a nice little deep in. Maybe, I don't know, some people call it a dig route. It's basically the same thing. He goes up and then in. And Rodgers in the pistol tosses it to Bryce Hall to the right. He breaks. Oh, man, he nearly got away from that tackler. Gained about 7 yards on the play, but there is going to be a flag on the field here. And it's going to be holding on the Jets, so that'll wipe away that run by Bryce Hall. And that's on the right guard, Vera Tucker. Jets are showing blitz here. They have 7 guys on the line here. They do send almost everybody there, and it's going to be a quick throw, and it's going to fall incomplete, trying to get it to Michael Williams, who was running a very, very shallow, kind of like a little bit of a, trying to think of the word here. Like a little hitch route, basically. And he was not ready for the ball. The ball literally hit him right in the groin. And Rodgers not happy with him. So 2nd and 18, ball at the 41 of the Jets. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Bryce Hall being able to nearly get away. He's going to be close to the 47. It's a gain of about 6 or 7 on the play. Clock is at 12:30, 12:29, 12:28, 12:27, 12:26, 12:25, 12:24, 12:23, 12:22. If you want to sync it up with me, it'll be 3rd and 11 for the New York Jets. Garrett Wilson all the way to the right side at the top of the screen. Rodgers dropping back, looking, has to get the ball out quickly, and he is going to sneak it in to Allen Lazard far deep down the field. Rodgers took a shot on that one. He is coming up a little gingerly. And holy cow, man. He put that. Oh, my God. I don't know how he got that ball in, dude. That is literally inches, I mean inches, away from hitting the linebacker right in the back. And he was able to just sneak it in, and Lazard was able to catch it. Holy cow. First and 10 at the 27. Wow. And that's going to be, well, apparently the Jets were also amazed by that one because they got a delay of penalty. So they're moving back 5 yards. Holy cow, man. That is a vintage Aaron Rodgers throw right there. See, this is like the stuff that like you marvel at. These are the things that when the guy retires, you're like, damn, we're not gonna see that again. So 1st and 15, ball at the 32. Rodgers has to get the ball out quickly. Pressure in his face. And unable, Rasul Douglas nearly got to that ball. Very disappointed in himself, I think. Because I think he was hoping he was going to get a nice little interception off of Rodgers there. All right, 2nd down here. 2 receivers to his left, trying to get it to his tight end on a very sneaky little flat route, and it goes absolutely nowhere. The Bills sniffed it out. Might have actually lost some yardage on that one. Yeah, that was a nice little block and release by the tight end, but Bills were sniffing that one. They were ready for it, man. So they lost a yard. It'll be 3rd and 16, ball at the 33. If they don't gain any more yardage, it'll be roughly a 50 to 51 yard field goal attempt. Empty set, quick pass to the running back, and he's going to be taken out around the 25-yard line. All right, so this is going to be a 43-yard field goal attempt for Greg Zuerlein. He has the leg for it. But again, windy conditions, and it's going to go... No, it's going to hit the left upright and bounce out. And once again, we are still tied at 20 here. And Greg the leg missing on his last 2 kicks. And that thing was going left the entire way. I'm surprised it actually even hit the post. Or I should say the upright. The post is just the flat there. But man. All right, the Bills have been dodging bullets left and right here, man. They got to put up some points here. The way that the Jets have been able to move the ball a little bit here, eventually they're going to make one of these kicks. And the Bills need to put up something. Field goal, a touchdown, something. Yeah, if you're Josh Allen, man, the last thing you want to do is give Rodgers the ball with a chance to win the game. Rodgers may not be what he used to be 5, 7, 8, 10 years ago, but the dude can still sling it. We saw that at halftime. You always have the ability to be able to just throw the ball down the field and just give your guy a chance. He's still one of the elite throwers of the ball. We saw that with that last throw to Lazard. All right, it's going to be a run up to the left here. Ray Davis, who's had a very good night here. Gain of 7 on the play. All right, 2nd and 3. Ball will be spotted at the 40. All right, Allen under center here. Single receiver to his left. To be a quick throw to Keon Coleman, the rookie. And he is going to be taken down at the 50, maybe the 49. Either way, it is a first down for the Bills. Nice little quick slant route by Coleman. Clock is at 8:44, 8:43, 8:42, 8:41, 8:40. All right, the ball is just ahead of the 50 in Jets territory. It's going to be a toss to the right for Davis, and he is going to get about 3 yards on the play. Oh, and I forgot, we have Marquez Valdez-Scantling on the Bills as well. It's a former Green Bay Packer, former Kansas City Chief as well. Won 2 Super Bowls in his time with the Chiefs. So it was a guy that Rodgers spoke very, very highly of when he was in Green Bay. 2nd and 7, ball at the 46. Quick pass to Dalton Kincaid. He's going to get the first down and a lot more. He's going to be very close to the 35. That's a first down for the Bills. Bills are moving the ball for the first time in this half, man. And on top of that, they're taking time off the clock. All right. 3 receivers to the right. Going to be a handoff to Ray Davis on the left side. He's going to weave his way for about 3 more yards. And Davis, rookie out of Kentucky, man, was picked up in the 4th round. He's had a heck of a day, man. Easily their biggest playmaker thus far this tonight. He's got 90 rushing yards and he's got 55 receiving yards. So having a big day. Quick pass to Keon Coleman, another rookie, and that's going to be inside the 20. That'll be a first down for the Bills. Clock continues to run. It's going to be close to 6 minutes once they take this next snap. Josh Allen under center here. Receiver to his left. Tight end in the slot to the left as well. Single back in the backfield. Hands it off to Ray Davis, who is not going to be able to go anywhere. Loses a yard on the play. And that was number 21, Davis, for the Jets. On the tackle, taken down Davis. Number 22. I like little serendipitous things like that. 21 Davis bringing down 22 Davis. Always fun. 2nd and 11. Ball around the 23 receivers to the left. Allen in the shotgun. Looking, needing to step up in the pocket. It's going to be able to just throw it away too much pressure in his face, and it'll be a flag on the field. We're going to have to see what is going on here. Oh, it's going to be on the Jets there for roughing the passer. Not only did they go high on Josh Allen, they basically, once the ball was completely out of his hands, the defender just threw. I don't know. I think Josh added a little extra juice to falling down there. I don't know. No, I think that was Josh Allen putting a little, he threw me. It's gonna be a run to the up the middle by Davis. He's only gonna be able to break one tackle, and it got only about 3 yards on the play. So it'll be 2nd and goal there. Obviously, that penalty gave the Bills the first down inside the 10. Davis trying to bounce it back to the left. So 2 receivers to the right. Allen in the shotgun. Tight end in the slot to the... 2 receivers to the right. Slot, tight end to the left. Josh Allen trying to scramble up the middle, and he's going to be taken down around the line of scrimmage. And it'll be 3rd and goal. Both of these defenses, man, doing a great job of getting very, very tough inside the red zone. Have not given up a single touchdown in this second half. Bills had 20 points coming into the third quarter. Jets had 17. So we've only seen a field goal thus far. So 2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Empty set for Josh Allen. It's going to be a quick throw because there's pressure right in his face. Trying to get it to Mac Hollins, and it is not going to happen for the Bills here. It's going to have to be a field goal attempt. And they hit Hollins right in the hands. Just could not bring it in. It was not gonna be an easy catch, but so this will be a 25-yard field goal attempt with 3:46 left in this game, and there is gonna be a flag on the field. It looks like it's gonna be on the Bills here. So this field goal is just going to be a little bit stronger. A little bit tougher to make here. I think they're going to move it back 5 yards, and it'll be roughly a 30-yard kick. I think the NyQuil is trying to get to me now. I mean, they're having a long discussion here. A very long discussion. All right. Looks like we're finally going to get a call on this one. And it's going to be actually on the Jets. So it's still 4th down, but the kick is going to be a little bit closer here. It's not a great angle before the kick, it's very much to the left. So he has to make sure that all right. Snap, hold, kick, and it is good. Just inside that right upright. All right. Bills are on the board for the first time in this half. And there's a flag on the field. My goodness, please. It looks like it's going to be on the Jets here, so they might just decline this and take the points. After the field goal, unsportsmanlike conduct against number 54 for improper conversation with an official. This is his first towards a... Oh, man. Wow. Oh, boy. Starting to get a little crazy around here, man. Man, are we gonna see an official start? Man, you're gonna be like a little boxing match here, just Because I'm saying, man, that the way that referee threw that flag, man, he was looking for. I think he was ready to throw some hands with Kinlaw, dude. He's like, "Oh, you're gonna talk smack? All right, here's a flag. Keep talking smack. I'm gonna be throwing more than just a flag. I'm gonna be throwing some of these left and rights here. All right, meet you in the parking lot after the game. Let's go." No, I'm sure the ref is very professional. He wouldn't fight somebody. But that would be awesome. Like, imagine if a ref had to, after a bad call, he would have to get in the ring with somebody. Like, it had to be like an egregious call. Nothing like, it was kind of iffy or, like, I'm talking about like the Seattle Green Bay Packer, interception, Fail Mary kind of bad. I'm talking about on that kind of level. Like, you say, all right, ref, is that your call? Do you believe that? Okay. Get into the ring with MD Jennings and see who fights it out here. And that's a deep cut for some Packer fans there. MD Jennings. If you know who that is, that's when you know you're a Packer fan right there. MD Jennings. And the kickoff is going to be out the back of the end zone there. And the Jets will be getting the ball at the 30-yard line. I feel like after a personal misconduct there, you should be able to not get the ball at the 30. I feel like the punishment should not be on the kickoff. All right. Aaron Rodgers gets the ball at the 30. He has 3:43 left, has all 3 timeouts, needs to score a touchdown to win and a field goal too. And Rodgers gets hit in the pocket, fumbles the ball. And what's going to be the call here? Was he throwing it? Was he tucking it? Because it looks like the Bills recovered the ball. And right now the ruling is a fumble. The arm was moving forward, but clearly he was trying to hold on to it here. The ball was like here, and then he stopped moving, and then the ball just slips right out. Like, if it's a throw, that's a terrible throw by Rodgers. It was going to literally go like less than 2 yards. And they're saying they're saying it's a throw, so it's an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10. So the Jets will keep the ball here. And it looks like we are and granted, when it's in slow motion, you can clearly tell Rodgers was probably not trying to throw it. But again, when you do it all at once, it's a natural motion. It's probably still considered a throw, even though the intention of Rodgers was probably trying to tuck it in because he felt like he was about to get hit or he was getting hit, so he didn't want to throw a bad ball because he probably didn't know where it was going to go. So I think his intention was to try to tuck it in, take the sack. But I think altogether, it's still probably going to be considered a throw. All right, so they're not letting the Bills challenge this one because it was basically reversed already on the field. So they can't challenge something that has already been looked at or at least reconsidered by the refs. So 2nd and 10, ball at the 10-yard line, 2 receivers to the right, Rodgers in the shotgun, and we have Bryce Young motioning up right next to the tackle. Rodgers looking, finding his tight end, and he is going to be down after a gain of 6 on the play. All right, 3rd and 4. Bills send 4. Rodgers empty set. Trying to find Garrett Wilson, and it's going to be incomplete, but there is a flag on the field. It looks like it's going to be on the Bills here. Might be pass interference. Man, these referees are just throwing everything on. And it is going to be on the Bills for pass interference. Now, let's see. Was this any... I mean... All right. Pressure. Rodgers needs to scramble and just throws that ball away. It'll be an incomplete pass, but there is a flag on the field. Is this going to be another PI? So far, apparently, there has been nearly 200 yards of penalties in this game. These refs have been happy. with the flag. And it's going to be holding on both teams so that it'll offset the play. Oh boy. Come on, referees. Let's get it going. There's 2:47 left in this game. Jets have all 3 of their timeouts. The Bills do have 2. All right, Rodgers in the shotgun, tight end in motion to the left, and they're going to toss it to Bryce Hall to the left here, and it's going to be only a gain of 2 or 3 yards, and that is Rasul Douglas on the tackle. Heck of a job by Rasul, man. There was a big guy coming after him, and he just was able to just slide right under him. Rodgers scrambling, has to be able to get the ball out. He does, gets it to Bryce Hall, who's going to be able to get the first down and a little bit more. But there is a flag on the field. Man, these referees are just, they are being happy with the flags right now. It's going to be holding on the Jets. So that'll wipe away the the first down run. And we have had 22 accepted penalties in this game. That is tied for the most this season. Something tells me we're going to get to 23. So it'll be 2nd and 16. And if you're still here, we appreciate you. Make sure you drop something in the chat here. Empty set for Rodgers. 3 receivers to the right. Has time. And it's going to be incomplete. Holy cow. He was throwing a bullet to that tight end. It would have been a great catch, but the receiver just got whacked by the safety. That was, I think it was Rapp. Yeah, Rapp just threw himself into that play. Right into that big body tight end, man. Holy cow. That was a heck of a play. So it'll be 3rd and 16. Rodgers has a running back to his right, dropping back, pressure, not a whole lot of it, throwing it deep, and it's going to be intercepted. And it's going to be intercepted by the Bills. It looked like almost a simultaneous catch, but the Bill safety was able to come away with it. And that is likely going to be the end of this game. Granted, the Jets do have all 3 timeouts. So the Bills will need to be able to get a first down. Trying to get the ball to Mike Williams, who slipped on the field, which allowed the safety to just come over the top and get his hands on the ball. And that is the first turnover of the game? I'm trying to remember. I know we haven't had a pick, but I'm just trying to remember if we've had a fumble in this game. I don't think we have. That might be the first turnover of this game. Holy cow. What a time for it to happen. And it looked like it was going to be a great throw by Rodgers. If Mike Williams is able to stay up on his feet, that's a catch. He may not get a whole lot of yardage afterwards, but that's a catch, a first down, and they're in field goal range. You know, with a little over a minute 45 left, 3 timeouts, who knows? They could probably get into the end zone. At the very least, they'll be having a chance at a field goal to tie this game up. Okay. See, I knew this game was lasting long. I just looked at the clock. I did not know it was this late. Oh, man. It's all these dang penalties, man. Come on. Help me out. My goodness. All right. 1st and 10, ball at the 18 for the Bills. I'm expecting runs here. It's going to be right up the middle with Davis. He's going to be out across the 23 down to about nearly the 24, maybe. All right. The Jets will use, obviously, their first timeout. There's some blood on Rodgers' left hand here. All right, we are back. 148 left. Jets have 2 timeouts left. Needing to stop the Bills. 2nd and 5. Tight end in motion to the left. Josh Allen under center. Single running back to the back. And the Jets stonewall him for no gain. Dude, the Bills secondary has just been walloping these receivers, man. They're just showing some some replays, and man, dude, they've been throwing around their bodies on these things, especially Tyler Rapp. All right, 3rd and 4. Single back in the backfield with Allen in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the right. It's going to be a run, and Josh Allen is going to get to the edge. He's going to get a first down, and that is a big first down for the Bills. That'll likely be the end of this game. Jets unable to get a win at the Meadowlands here at home. Man, just a great job by Josh Allen. Great play call, man. Heck of a play call. He faked like he was going to throw it to the running back because he had 3 receivers. Great. Everybody's like, oh, those 3 blockers. Get it to the running back. Nope. Faked it. Was able to move the defensive end just enough inside that he was able to loop around to the left and get the first down. Big time victory for the Bills here. Necessary. Absolutely necessary. Aaron Rodgers shaking his head. Even after that Hail Mary throw to end the half to make it 17-20, we only saw a field goal from each of these teams in the second half. But man, there was some hard hitting. There were some near touchdowns, especially for the Jets. And it was so close. So close. Heck of a battle. I don't think either of these offenses were ultra impressive. I would say that their defenses were more impressive than anything else. Even then, they gave up some big yardage in the first half. But with this win, the Bills snapped their 2-game losing streak, improved to 4-2. They're at the top of the division, and the Jets now will drop to 2-4. Their first game without Robert Saleh, they lose to a divisional opponent, division rival, and they're losing ground in the AFC East, and that'll drop them to 3rd place. They are behind. They're ahead of the Patriots, who are 1-5, and they're still behind the Dolphins, who are. I think they had a bye this week. Who knows if Tua will get back this season? Even with being 2-4, the Jets are definitely not out of this race. But right now, the Bills, it's their division to win. Tua's out. The Jets are losing. Who knows if this is going to be, something they can bounce back from? Are they going to keep on going, or are they just going to keep on getting worse? And obviously, the Patriots, they're a year or two away from competing in the division. So Rodgers getting a hug from MVS. So heck of a game, man. I was expecting a little bit more points in the second half. Again, we only got a field goal from each team. But, the defenses were fun. Some really big hitting plays. Some sacks. Some interceptions late in the game. And it looks like DeMar Hamlin was asking for Rodgers' jersey. But he kind of waved him off and said, it's like, it's cold as heck, man. Let's probably wait until we get into the locker room. So, heck of a final here for the Monday night game to end week 6. Heck yeah, man. So, week 6, man. Crazy. I wouldn't say it was as jam-packed as week 5. Week 5 was still probably the best week of football, but we had some great ones. Packers getting a big win, getting back in rhythm, looking like the team that everybody expected in the offseason. We had the Ravens against the Commanders, Ravens coming out on top. Definitely nothing for the Commanders to be ashamed of. They hung in there. It was a one score game at the end of the day, and they looked just as impressive. But it's a young team, and they're gonna have plenty of times to get better. The Ravens are just a better team. They're experienced. They've gone through all of it. So not too surprising to see Lamar and that Ravens team bounce back from an 0-2 start to now win 4 consecutive games, 4-2, looking like one of the best teams in the NFL. So great job by them. Colts and the Joe Flacco continuing to get wins somehow. Might be leading the division. I'm not exactly sure. I know Tennessee is not anywhere near that. I'm trying to think of who else, but looking solid. Again, the NFC North as a whole is looking like one of the best divisions in all of football, if not the best right now. Bucks getting back on the winning track against a division opponent. Saints now have lost, I think, 3 or 4 in a row. I think they started out 2-0, and then, yeah, I think the Saints are. I think what we saw was a good defense, and the offense was just gelling at the early time. But now that everybody's got some film on them, I don't think the Saints are going to be what they were. I think there's going to be another year before they really can compete. Derek Carr is not the guy. I think everybody knew that. I think Spencer Rattler is going to be a better option for them. I'm not saying start them for the rest of the year, but definitely has. I think he's going to give you a better opportunity in the coming years to be competitive. I think his potential is higher than Derek Carr at this point. So we'll see what the Saints do. Falcons continue to win, so not too surprised there. Talked about the Buccaneers already. It's just looking like a really solid team. May not win the Super Bowl by any means, but they are a strong team. Good defense, solid offense, have weapons all over the field. And if they can get a running game going, holy cow. 49ers looking like they're getting healthy. So I expect them to be there at the end of the regular season. They're going to be in the playoffs. They have too much depth, too much talent to not only win the division but be one of the top 4 teams in the NFC. Trying to think who else. Seattle. I think Seattle is going to be. They're going to be fighting for the 7th and 6th seed in the NFC. I don't think they're going to win the division, but who knows? I just think that their offense is too limited. Their defense is too inconsistent against the top teams in the NFL. What else? Rams. I think they're still trying to get healthy. They're missing so many. Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp. I think they're missing some offensive linemen as well. I think might be most of their offensive line. Yeah, they just need to get healthy. I think they're still trying to not only build that roster up from all the years that they did not have a draft pick, especially early on, but when you lose a guy like Donald, who is such a dominant force on your defensive line, and not just on your defensive line, he's such a dominant force for that entire defense. You're not going to be able to replace a guy like that. That is literally a generational, once in a lifetime type of player. Donald will be talked about how we talk about Mean Joe Green. How we talk about, I'm trying to think of anybody else, Lawrence Taylor. Like, those are guys that defined their decades or their careers, trying to think of what else. Yeah, that's my opinion on the NFC at this point. AFC, I'm going to need to look a little bit more. We talked about the East here. Obviously, the Bills look like the better team in that division. Jets are probably gonna be there because I think the Miami Dolphins, until Tua not only comes back but also proves that he can stay healthy. Who knows if we're ever gonna see Tua again? I think we will, but who knows? If he does not come back this season, then I think the Jets are firmly in position to get second in that division. Will that be enough to get into the playoffs? Who knows? But I think the Jets team still has an opportunity to fight for those lower 3 seeds in the playoffs. You see here, we talked about the Colts a little bit. We talked about the Titans, or at least we know about the Titans. We don't really need to say much about them. They're not going to be a team that I think is going to be competing for the playoffs. Um, I think they're still trying to figure out if the mailman is the quarterback. I think it's too early to say no, but probably not. Let me see here. Who else? The Raiders. I don't know what the heck is going on, man. 1 week, Antonio, their head coach there, he looks like he knows what he's doing, and then another week he looks like he is going to alienate half of his roster. So I don't know what's going to happen with them. I don't know what's going to happen with Devontae. Something tells me that he's going to get traded. I think right now the Raiders are in no rush. They're already paying for his contract. Offloading him to somebody for less than what they want is the way they look at it until it gets closer to the deadline. It's not going to be necessary. The Jets, every loss is getting them more desperate. They could eventually just pull the trigger and say, yeah, we'll take him. Who knows? C-Strom, what's going on? Oh, heck yeah. Only 2 wrong? Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah, man. Hey, man, best of luck in your pick'ems next week. I'll catch you later, man. Thank you for coming in towards the end here. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, no, there's just too much. And it's not just the Rodgers thing. I think there's just too much changing. I think this game was, for me, mentally for them, was this like, okay, if we can get a win here against the Bills, against Josh Allen, then we feel like we made the right move, and that changed their whole mindset. But a loss at home in the manner that they did, I think it's only going to get worse. But it's my opinion on the Jets. I think this experiment with Rodgers, it's just not going to work, man. It's not necessarily any one person's fault, but it's just not going to work. Rodgers is just too old in his, he's just too close to the end of his career. The Jets offense is just not right where it needs to be. They just don't have a certain amount of talent. The offensive line is not very great. And I think they also don't have the right coordinators, the right play callers as well. And that's just kind of my opinion on it. I think the defense is fine. I think it plays very smart, plays very well, but not as dominant as they used to be. They're still one of the top 5 defenses, but it's just there's a difference. You could just feel it, in my opinion. But I don't know. But yeah, man. But I'll catch you later, brother. I don't want to keep you up, man. Have a great night. Do what you got to do, man, and then hopefully I'll catch you later on this week. Shout out, Seastrom. Peace out, bro. But yeah, kind of wrapping up a little bit more here. Chiefs obviously had a bye week. 5-0. They're one of the 2 last remaining undefeated teams, along with the Vikings. Until I see a team able to dominate them, and I mean dominate them. That doesn't necessarily mean they have to win by 25 or 30. Like a team like the Lions. If I can see the Lions dominate them, like how they've been able to. I mean, what was it last week? The week 1, Lions beat the Chiefs week 1. Like, that's the one I'm talking about. A team that you can clearly tell is not scared to play physical with the Chiefs. I think that's what it's going to take for me to see the Chiefs outside of, being the number 1 team by far. Plus, the referees tend to kind of help them out a little bit. Maybe that's just our opinions because obviously we've seen them win all the time, but it just seems they get those calls at the right time every time. Oh, absolutely. No, it's definitely going to take some more time for the Jets to see how this affects them. Like I think I was talking about this a little bit earlier this in this game that like you're not going to be able to tell the effects of Robert Saleh's firing as well as Nathaniel Hackett being basically demoted. I think he still carries the position of offensive coordinator, but he's not playing calling. He's not even on the sidelines anymore. Like it's a demotion. They just didn't want to fire him, or they couldn't fire him because Rodgers wants him there. So, but we won't see those effects for until I would say until November, where when we see this team how they're hanging in there, if they are. Um, yeah, it's far too early to kind of see what this is, how this is going to affect the season. But as of right now, I mean, it does not look good. I don't think they're going to be. I don't think they're going to be a dominant team. I don't think they're going to be a true Super Bowl contender. Could they make it to the playoffs? Sure, but I don't really see them dominating. Oh heck yeah, dude! I didn't know about Army or Navy, but I knew about Vanderbilt. Man, I know they it took down. Oh god, who the heck did they beat? Oh my god, did they beat Alabama or am I crazy here? But yeah, oh Texas A&M, man, they produce a lot of very solid players, man. Like one of my favorite players right now in the Packers, Edgerrin Cooper, middle linebacker, man. He's replaced McDuffie as the Packers middle linebacker. Over the last 2 weeks, he's been, I think, only second to Quay Walker. And to be honest with you, he's playing better than Quay. Quay he's been good when he does not need to be in coverage. Quay is just, oh man. But, oh, they're both undefeated. Heck yeah, dude. Both are ranked first time in decades. Nice. Heck yeah, man. And especially with the playoffs being expanded. I think that's right. They expanded the playoffs in college football to like 16. So that'd be awesome to see Army and Navy in there. Yeah, man, we gotta get some non SEC schools, non Big Ten schools in the playoffs. Are those other teams gonna win? Probably not, but it's nice to see them play some extra football, man. But yeah, since 1960, holy cow, jeez, my goodness, man. No, but heck yeah, man. And I was actually talking about college football earlier in this stream, where I was like, ah, man, should I stream some? But again, I don't know too much about college football. I'd be completely pretending to know anybody's name or position, and it's there's just so many teams. It would be very difficult to try to do a stream of it. But maybe way down the road. I'm talking about years down the road. Maybe we'll do maybe the championship game or something. That'd be pretty cool. Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, that is. Oh yeah, that makes sense. That'd be pretty wild. Just imagine they're both like in the top 15, top 20. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, that would add something to that rivalry for a while. Oh yeah, definitely. If you can get both of them ranked at the end of the year when they face each other, that'd be pretty cool. Oh heck yeah, man. Good for Army, good for Navy, man. Yeah, I had a guy that I used to go to school with him. He played I think no his brother, sorry, not him. His brother played for Air Force. Like I think it was like almost 10 years ago at this point. I think it was like a fullback or something. But yeah, man. It's always cool when those schools that you always hear about, but you just never get to see them a whole lot because they're not ranked. It's always nice when they get to get some national attention. All right, brother. I will catch you Thursday, man. That should be a fun matchup, hopefully. So have a good night, man. I'll catch you later. But yeah. So Raiders, Chiefs, Chargers look good. Hopefully Hardball is okay, man. He had that heart issue during the game. He's gonna apparently wear a heart monitor for at least the next couple of weeks. So hopefully he's okay. Um, think the Chargers. Oh, man, I know the Chargers are a weird team, man. They've always been a weird team throughout their entire history. They can be 15-1, and they could still lose in the playoffs. In the first game. Um, but yeah, the Chargers. I think they're going to be very close. Will they make the playoffs? Maybe, maybe not. I think they have the talent, but I think there might be a year away. I think they need one more draft to kind of really shore up that not only that defense, but I think that offense as well. I think that offense needs a few more weapons for Herbert, and I think they need to kind of solidify a little bit of that offensive line as well. Let me see who else. Broncos. Broncos were looking good. They had 3 straight wins and then they just got destroyed. But that's kind of sorry, I'm sorry. That's kind of the life of when you have a rookie quarterback. You ride the highs and then you ride the lows as well. So, Bo Nix, even in the wins, he never looked like a dominant player, like a dominant quarterback. He never looked like a Jaden Daniels, Justin Herbert. He never. And granted, I have not seen a lot of the Broncos film, but he's never made a throw that was like, oh, I see why they drafted him so high. So, who knows? Maybe he's just going to be a solid quarterback, kind of like I hate to say it, but like a Baker Mayfield, who he may never make like one of those, like, I don't want to say never, but rarely will make those crazy great throws. Maybe that's going to be his career. And sometimes you can win playoff games with a guy like that. He can even get you into the Super Bowl. Jimmy Garoppolo is a big example of that. I never saw a game where Jimmy Garoppolo was like, holy cow, that guy is crazy good. Never saw it. But he was good enough to get his team to the Super Bowl. So, if you can get to the game, that's all you need, man. If you can get to the dance, sometimes you can win it. So, but yeah, Broncos, their defense, I think, was just playing very well for a while. I don't think that they're as elite as their potential statistics might show. I think they just have really, really solid players at certain spots that have been able to make some opportunistic plays on it. I think they're still. Man, I'm trying to think here. I think they need 2 drafts. I think they need a really good defensive draft to really fill out that secondary as well as the linebackers, especially. I think their defensive line is pretty solid. And on top of that, I think they need more playmakers on the offense. They definitely need a running back, and they definitely need a few more weapons, like a nice tight end to really help Bo Nix out when he's kind of in trouble. He doesn't have to try to throw it to the wideouts. But yeah, so I don't think the Broncos will. I think if they make the playoffs, it's going to be as a 7 seed. They're definitely not going to win the division, obviously, with the Chiefs there. But yeah, they have a chance to potentially make the playoffs. Which, if you can make the playoffs with a rookie quarterback, that's going to be pretty solid. But yeah, I'm trying to think here. I think that is kind of all I got right now. That's kind of my opinion on the state of the NFL at this point. I know I missed some teams. It is what it is. Get better so I pay attention. No, I'm kidding. um, but yeah, we're gonna be rocking and rolling. We're gonna continue to do all this stuff, man. I'm having so much fun. I'm loving it. I know there's not a whole lot of people watching, but it's okay. The people that do, thank you so much. We appreciate you, and we're gonna keep on doing this. We're gonna see you guys. We'll see you guys on Thursday for another fun matchup. I'm not gonna pretend to know who that is right now. I am so tired. I'm so sick. I'm gonna do. I think the NyQuil is kind of hitting me a little bit. I'm probably gonna take another swig before I go to bed so I can fully fall asleep, and hopefully I'm feeling a lot better tomorrow. But yeah. But thank you once again for everybody that was here. Seastrom, shout out. Dahlia, shout out. Thank you guys for hanging out, and for anybody that just didn't hit the chat but maybe watched a little bit, appreciate you too. Please make sure you like and subscribe. So I know you're liking stuff like this. It does help me out, and it does make me feel a little bit better, man. Especially when I'm sick. Come on, man. Give me a like. Give me a free like, baby. All right, I gotta go to bed, guys. The NyQuil is really starting to hit. So I appreciate you. Have a great one. Just to wrap it up, Bills coming with a win, 23-20, beating Aaron Rodgers and the Jets, picking them off. Second week in a row, Rodgers throws a game-losing interception. Firing Saleh did not help. And we're going to see where the rest of the season goes for the New York Jets. Are they going to just jet this all the way to the end? We'll see. But once again, thank you. My name is Dave, and I am not a coach. Thank you.